Now these rules, regulations on labeling, on weights, measures, etc., are a major cause for harassment for anybody in the supply chain, whether you're a small-time manufacturer or you're somewhere in the wholesaler or somewhere in the supply chain. And as you can imagine, other than traffic rules, my guess is it may well be the second largest source of rent seeking, small level rent seeking through the economy. So this is something I've written about before as well. But it's a large topic, but here is one bit that I think we can solve with the greatest of ease. Labels. You see, first of all, there are a large number of labeling laws. I mean, understanding India's labeling laws itself is a non-trivial task. But these rules keep changing all the time. And they change randomly. Okay? Just when you think you've figured it all out, they will change it. Instead of writing grams as G, you have to write it GM. Not all of them make any logical sense, but this is what happens. If you don't comply with it, there are grave consequences that are threatened to you. Now, I'm not even getting into the contents of the labeling laws. The problem really is the following, is that you never know when these changes will be announced. And now when you do labels, anybody who's attempted to do this, will know that you have to do them in large batches. You don't do one label, let's say you're producing 10,000 of something, it doesn't mean you just do 10,000 labels. You probably have printed a few lakh labels and you paste them on and put them on as those batches go out. So supposing you have done one really big batch and the next day the labeling law changes the font in which you're doing the label, the whole thing's gone. It can even be worse if actually the goods have gone into the supply chain. Now you have to go and claw it back from somewhere, some shop somewhere, and bring it all back, relabel it. Huge amount of wastage. So a simple change that is being now proposed. Let's simply announce whatever change in the label. I'm not even questioning the label, the change, whatever changes you want to make or the quality of those. Just make sure that those changes are only done twice a year. On the 1st of July and the 1st of January. That's all. Imagine how much benefit there will be to the entire system of this very simple change. Everybody doing any kind of manufacturing, labeling, etc. knows that on the 1st of July and the 1st of January, we will know what the new are. All you need to do is to keep your supply chain light. Don't print anything on the 31st of December, and by and large, you are done. Simple change, no cost to the system at all. And yet, imagine the ease of doing business this shows. I hope you've got a sense of what this process reform effort is all about. As I said, structural reforms are important, but very often, these process reforms are ignored. Unless you happen to be from that particular sector, you may never hear about some of these changes. But in those sectors, it makes a massive difference. More often than not, the changes are very simple to do. You will not get complicated debates on Republic on whether this should or shouldn't be done, because very frankly, these are purely efficiency changes. And I think we can do hundreds of them, and the benefits of doing them, the cumulative impact of that, ladies and gentlemen, is something that will eventually get us to Viksit Bharat. Thank you very much.